Okay, we are live. Coming up, we're diving into the dark side of the skincare industry. We'll reveal how toxic ingredients hiding in your bathroom cabinet could be harming your health and how to detox your routine for a radiant glow. Also today, the iPhone 16 is now shipping, but the signal and the radiation is stronger than ever. So we'll show you the best biohacks to reduce that. It's a packed episode you won't want to miss. This is Biohacking News. Hello and welcome to Biohacking News. I'm Tony White, and before we go any further, please do like and subscribe. Going to go straight on and bring on Andy Hnilo, today's guest. Been really looking forward to this. Andy, how you doing?
Better now. How's it going? Great to see you, Tony.
Very good. I mean, Andy, you are known to a lot of my listeners, but just in case they don't, he used to be on Days of Our Lives. He is a model and a skincare specialist who founded Alatura, and he's good value as well. Andy, you've had quite a roller coaster couple of years, haven't you?
Oh, yes. Grateful to be healthy, happy, alive, pain-free, and having purpose, you know. It's just, I can keep it simple now with those core elements of, I think, a good life. And then just building relationships, getting to know this new, beautiful community in Sedona, Arizona, and just, you know, growing our first headquarters. You know, we got two retail locations, 111, 112. So that's a big project, you know, paying rent on one unit that we haven't started yet. It's just, but I'm being led by something pretty cool that I believe we have a big purpose in this world to just help people feel confident about what they're putting on top of their skin and into their bodies, and just informing of commonly, you know, toxins commonly located in products on store shelves in America. It's just getting out of control. So
yeah, I need to talk to you about that, Andy. And we've got these news stories, but some of them related to skincare. But before we go any further, you and I, you've been on this podcast loads of times, and I've always really enjoyed chatting to you, and you're always very honest. And I wanted to ask you about addiction today before we go any further, because you've had this like incredible journey over the last couple of years. You've been very honest about it on social media, and I know you now deeply want to help other people in the addiction and recovery space. So talk to me, tell me what's happened and what you've been going through.
Oh man. Well, it's heaven on earth right now, but truly though, I mean, the things that you thought were impossible, like shedding temptation, dude, I did, you know, down on my knees every morning, praying to my higher power of just releasing the claws from me. And that's how it was. It got down to a physical reliability on alcohol towards the end there. So like, so to get on the other side of that through work and a lot of, just following an outside energy in front of me. Seriously, it hasn't been that hard. When you find gratitude and perspective, you truly look at your life and you're causing all the problems on yourself. You're bringing it all on. That's tough. But once you forgive yourself and just shed that, and then there were a lot of emotions going on through true, you know, resentment, through betrayals and things like that. But even if you're able to forgive that too, and just go, all right, I'm alive, man. I have purpose. I have people that love me and care about me. And then just the forgiving part and just releasing it and realizing that was all for me to get me to this headspace and mindset of where I'm at now. It's just pure gratitude. I went through that and I deeply want to help. I know, but I want to get the time, and I understand, but I'm almost 2 years. I think that's pretty good, but I would love so badly to be able to help other people in a similar situation, because I was scraping the bottom of that, like the rock bottom, like scraping, dangerously scraping a rock bottom. So I can provide a true ear in any type of feedback when requested, you know, speak when spoken to, just be an ear. People need understanding in that point of their life, excuse me. But yeah,
I love this. You got to go and answer the door while you're talking on Biohacking News. This is the dream.
Oh man, I'm so sorry. Hey,
don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Let's meet other people.
Oh man, hello. Oh dude, I'm slowly but surely meeting this beautiful community.
So just on the community, you know, you mentioned Sedona. Was that part of the whole thing? Because obviously I know you've moved to a place. Sedona is famous for being, how can I put it, a relaxed way of life, isn't it?
Well, yeah, but also powerful, transformative energy. they say that like when you come here, the mother, Sedona Ortega, that's who the town is named after.
Mm.
Like they decide, if you're ready for it's a dude, I'm getting chills right now. If like you're ready for Sedona. And to like
Yeah.
it was just, dude, it was just like a carpet was rolled out in front of me, and just I'm being truly led into certain areas where I just are true to my core spirit, like childlike interests with
Mm.
nature and spirituality and getting, good athletic. It doesn't have to be that much. Working out, eating good food, getting good sleep, talking
Yeah.
to people you love, having purpose is huge. And I have that. And what more do you want? So just really keeping it simple and pulling it back. I was so go, go, go for quite a while, and I still am, but just doing it and being able to just have a routine in the morning, breath work. I got about a 6-step routine that is just consistent with what I know I'm going to get energetically and be able to be the best to the world moving forward once I leave that front door,
Good
But
man. Yeah. And then how's the business? I mean, so many biohackers know of Alitura and Alitura Naturals, and so many of us love your products as well. How's that going?
Oh man, it's great because really, truly 10 years, 9 years, 10 years into it, every day I'm showing up and like I'm learning a lot that I probably should have learned 7 years ago. I came into this with no business plan and no business background and just did my best to keep, the formulations as on point as possible, getting the orders out as quick as possible, being as just gracious and courteous to our customers when they were supposed to, just keeping it simple. And then you learn strategies with marketing and advertising, getting on other podcasts and sharing my story and just what we're about. And just that's really what we've done to build the business, but doing it with more clarity and consistency now. And, creating new products in that clarity. The mind is just, it's fun because I don't have those hiccups anymore where a week or two it takes to get back on point. But just every day I'm able to just be my best self to my team and complete clarity and creative, emphasis towards the products that we create. It's just, yeah, things have changed. We grew 30% in 2023, which is,
Great.
years into it.
Yeah.
And we're growing on that this year in a recession. Like I just, the thing is, I'm just doing my best to tastefully share what we're about and what we've been about since the beginning, sourcing wise. It's just, and nobody's going this direction. I can't really name a couple. May Lindstrom, big fan. Amory Gianni. I think there are a couple, but like you can just turn around, read the label. It should be poetry. And
Yeah.
it's fun for me, taking it back to ancestral alchemy and just using time-tested extracts and remedies and share. That's fun, because you get to learn about a lot of different cultures and using a lot of different extracts and plants and learning about the history and what they were used for. It's just fascinating, corporate, and you could do that all around the world. And that's my big thing that I love doing now.
Yeah.
Whereas before it was, I have more energy to go around and create, it's awesome.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that ties quite nicely into this first story that I've got then, which is a story that, look, I feel like you see this story once a year, but experts have been urging consumers to get rid of certain toxic ingredients commonly found in beauty products, especially those tied to long-term health risks. These chemicals, which often fly under the radar, could often be doing more harm than good to your skin and overall health. And they'd be sort of talking about some safe, natural alternatives. And I thought that'd be a great place to start with you, because I have been into natural and safe healthcare and products for quite a long time. And it is still an area I find really hard to navigate, whether it's skin products or it's, I don't know, shampoo or something like that. How do you figure it out? And what is safe and what is harmful?
Well, the good thing is now they have apps. This app called Yuka, Yuka. You can just scan the UPC code and get a 1 to 10 rating on the cleanliness of the product.
Yeah.
Yuka app, Yuka is great, but people don't really know about it. And they're going into the store, just what they saw on TV, Dove, Neutrogena. But just when you grab and turn that label around and you see, phthalates, propylene glycol, butylene glycol, 4 different alcohols, a preservative system that has, you know, that's just unnecessary in my opinion. Sodium benzoate. Dr. Naisha Winters recently spoke about the toxic buildup leading to, she's in, remission from cancer, but she also works with a lot of cancer patients, and we're doing a podcast here and maybe making a product. She's into the plants, like mistletoe, which I didn't even think of, is amazing for like the taxane components, which we have. I learned about that 7 years ago, and I was almost embarrassed to share it because of who am I, but I was very intrigued by the power of taxanes in our Montana U-tip powder and Montana U-tip oil. YEWTIP. Look it up, please. Tax. And then hearing Naisha talk about it just a couple months ago in Virginia, it just opened up this. It's nice because to have professional, back up with, creditable people talking about their formulations and the remedies that they use to counteract things as powerful as cancer. And just also with that, identifying the toxic buildup over time. On average, women leave the house with 160 government recognized carcinogens through, on average, 12 products that they're using. You can, lipstick, makeup, deodorant, perfume, hairspray, and hopefully the shampoo that they're using, and maybe conditioner is. So, but the thing is like, finally we have that to back us up. Non-organic versus organic. It does matter. Those pesticides become a part of that fruit, and then it becomes a part of you once you consume it. And these are things that you're doing daily, not really thinking about it. But I mean, especially with the products, it's important to be aware of the environmental pollution, the toxins from the, whether it's the hand soap or the laundry detergent that you're using on the pillow that you're sleeping in every night, your skin being so porous. And the repetition of that can cause issues down the road with that toxic buildup. Someone close to me is going through that right now, and we're identifying through blood work, years of Avon. We can go theoretically on what it may have been like the culprit, but removing that is something you don't want to do when you're in your 60s, 70s, 80s. It's just, we're going through this protocol to remove those toxins and slowly break up and bind those toxins and get them out of the system. But like, do you really want to go in the sauna and go through all that? It's 70, 80 years old and go through these harsh 12 to 20 capsule, binders and toxins. And it's tough, and they're doing it. But, just the importance is just informing people, younger people, of just, it's so awesome. I was in Dripping Springs, Texas 2 weeks ago, and this 11-year-old was just speaking my language already. I didn't even have to say that much. I mean, talking about other brands and impurities, and commonly, I'm like, wait, who are you? I just want to like hire them and get them. But it's just beautiful that it's being talked about. And I think that's the most important age group to reach right now. It just, the adolescents, people growing into their bodies, it just provide it's a true option. Why would you put, just fill up I get it. It's profit to some people, but it leads to damage down the road. Why would you consistently tell people to put unorganic, maybe if they put a speck of plant oils in there, sweet olive oil, cool, wheat germ oil, but not organic. There's a pesticide component to that as well. So you just really have to identify through reading the labels, and then maybe scanning it with the Yucca app, or Think Dirty is another good one.
Think Dirty, that's a good one. And EWG is another one, but I guess that focuses more on sunscreen. Are your products on there, on those apps?
I think that's kind of like a pay to play type deal. It's expensive to get on there. We may, because some people have asked about it. So that's something we may do. We're 100 out of 100 on Yucca. It's just,
great. So you're on Yucca.
Oh yeah. But it's important.
Great. And you're 100 out of 100 on there.
Yeah. You should look it up right now.
That's great.
Yeah. I mean, but I know what goes into our products. It's not a surprise to me. I want even a closer look into what we do to formulate.
Yeah.
I haven't seen anybody who goes to the lengths that we do.
But
Really?
that's very reassuring for people, and that's exactly why I wanted to talk to you about this, because I noticed that it's hard for people to actually get, even with apps like Yucca out there and Think Dirty, it is hard for people to sort of figure out. I guess the advertising is so pervasive and so persuasive that people really struggle to think, well, how can it not be pure and natural? Look at that beautiful white drop of milk falling into a pond on the advert. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because the bigger brands are getting, in my opinion, deceptive with their marketing. There's a brand that has 100% all made with 100% all natural, and then like microscopic letters, exfoliants. And this person used cornmeal, I believe, as their exfoliant, but person in big letters in this nice big badge made with 100% natural. And then they just, I mean, it's so, the buyer psychology, you see that, you feel good about it.
Yeah. Yeah. And the packaging might be green or have plants on it or something like that. That's a classic one as well.
You can't just throw a speck of a plant in there. It's just dishonest to me. So as a competitor, we just want to share what we're about, and then also highlight other brands too. They're usually smaller on Etsy. It's like the
really,
curators who care. It's just about the ingredients and the response from the people. Did it work for you? Do you love it? Okay, cool. Boom. Keep going on your mission. Like that's really what you have to do, because it does. I was told from the beginning, like, our products weren't profitable enough to really scale. I didn't even know what scaling or profit meant. How about you just make the dream product and make it affordable as possible? Like $31 for our body lotion, right? We $89. Like, we wholesale that $44.50. Like, we're making $10 to wholesale or whatever after shipping. But that's what I have in my hand at conferences. It's just it's perfect. So it's a nice introduction to the brand, and like, people love it. They'll tell their friends, and then it just, dude, it feels good. It's just an offering to let people decide, share what you're about. And we can share a lot from that standpoint, what we went to create these products, and we'll continue to. And it takes a little bit longer. But we're 10, almost 11 years into it, and just getting started, truly. We want to get into Amazon UK. UK is our, UK and Canada neck and neck for our biggest, most awesome. I mean, they're sweet too. They reach it. I love this opportunity. And I'm grateful to remove something that was kind of a little speed bump. And then now it's to, really do my best to educate and inform the younger, generation, because to make self-care cool. Isn't it cool to feel healthy and vibrant and not have that, like, really focus on the health and being
I think that's one of the big differences from when you and I first met, which was probably 2016, maybe 2015. And then I was just a fringe, a bit wacko. And now most of my friends, and it's always, by the way, it's always the hard party animals who come into health. They become yoga teachers like my wife. But and then it's great that you're sort of educating like that. And that's why I always like asking you about some of these skincare stories. This is another one. The FDA has raised concerns about the safety of 12 common sunscreen ingredients due to insufficient data on their potential health effects. And then there's this article that I've just pulled out, has talked about these only 2 sunscreen ingredients generally recognized as safe and effective. That's zinc oxide and titanium dioxide. This is an area that I'm quite...
Dioxide crosses the blood-brain barrier.
Does it?
Titanium dioxide crosses the blood-brain barrier. So non-nano zinc is what we're going.
Non-nano zinc.
Non-nano zinc. Monoatomic. 24.
Do you have a sunscreen?
Oh, we're on revision 2.
Yeah.
And Alatur Sol. It'll be out when the time is right. But I'm working very hard on that.
Well, that'd be great, because living here in Portugal now, that is one of the things. The sun here is strong. There's a description of Portugal as a cold country with a hot sun. And I catch the sun in the middle of winter here, I have to put factor 50 on sort of the nose and the cheeks. But it's hard finding these sunscreens that don't make you totally white and chalky.
That's the tough part. And
Yeah.
that's where the colorful, vibrant collection of nature's essence comes into
Mm.
play. And then sea buckthorn, astaxanthin, CoQ10, bright orange, bright red, like
Mm.
light gold oils combined with, we can fade down that non-nano zinc.
Yeah.
That's the tough part though, because everybody's talking. So we want to kind of tint it a little bit, almost like our gold serum. You see how we got that like unintentional little
Yeah.
dewy glow, kind
Yeah.
of,
Yeah.
but that's through that CoQ10 and astaxanthin. And we're not having to add dyes, yellow 5 or yellow 6 to get that color. That's lazy, man. And those are both I think they have derivatives that into birth defects and just harsh side effects over time. The dyes, blue 1 as well. But yeah, that's why, nature made a lot of pigments, beautiful pigments.
I guess the problem with making a sunscreen that's totally natural is you can put something like astaxanthin in, or you put the sea buckthorn in, but everybody's got a different skin tone. And so it's finding something that works for everybody.
Yeah. So we're focusing on, believe me, I got a little hung up on, should I go with like 3 different colors? And, that's tough. But we're just
That's what a
locked.
brand called Fierce Nature does. They have 4 tallow-based sunscreens, and they've got 4 different shades. But I mean, I've got some in there. I just bought the wrong shade. It still makes me look white. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's so important though. I just think sunscreen is sunscreen. Hair products that close to your brain, things that you're doing, just kind of thinking they're all right for you, but some things that you're doing that also, in the shower daily with usually steaming up, opening up of the pores, and then you're rubbing, massaging that close to your brain, that fragrance, that's euphoric, lifting, often artificial synthetic smell. Just look into the products that you're using that close, and then also rubbing onto your face, getting baked in from the sun, just crystallizing those chemicals into your system, becoming a part of your tissue, then having to hopefully do a mask or something or a soak to remove those. But if you're doing it, if you're living in a sunny climate and applying that and applying that and applying that, that's that toxic buildup over time that, man, I just want to provide a healthier option, and then highlight other companies that are doing it right too. There are good sunscreens. I want to make one lights out. That's what I'm going to do.
So this, I just mentioned tallow there, and this is the next story that I wanted to ask you about. The surprising new trend in skincare this week. Skincare world is buzzing because there's an unexpected new hero, and that is tallow. Yes, you heard that right. You did. Let me finish first, Andy. This animal-derived fat is becoming the go-to for those looking to ditch synthetic creams for something more natural. Now, this is why I wanted to ask you, what do you think of tallow in skincare, and are you a fan?
Absolutely. That was getting melted down into my original paste. It was tallow, cacao butter, manuka honey, sea buckthorn. Yeah, but it was this chunky paste. I love tallow. That was going to be in my night cream. We had this big plan to get into Whole Foods and this big rollout of when we had, now our third product, clay mask, moisturizer, now night cream. We thought we were ready for the big boys. So I had this plan to get into Whole Foods, but it was on their ingredient list that was unacceptable. I think they also had colloidal silver, emu oil. I loved tallow though. 11 years ago, we were all over it. I was
and they didn't like it.
But no, it was on. Yeah, you couldn't put it on back then. I don't. Yeah. And I love that ingredient. It's incredible. And of course, it's hot now, and we're, I don't like to follow crowds, but I wasn't following. I was using it originally. So I'm going back and kind of butting heads with my chemist right now to get that in our sunscreen as a base, because it does have vitamin derivatives, good fats.
Yes, it's got lots of vitamin derivatives.
Yeah.
I think A, D, E, and K, and it closely resembles the composition of human skin, which is lovely, isn't it?
Oh man, hey, today I'm getting on the phone and it's tough. Yeah, because I want that a part of my base: cacao butter, beeswax, manuka honey, tallow, dude. come on, doesn't that just,
Yeah.
and yeah, so we got to get that in there somehow. But big fan of that ingredient.
Yeah. Yeah. Great.
Colostrum too. Colostrum.
Colostrum. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we've been using. I mean, that's the highlight heavy hitter in our clay mask, but I was also taking that internally. That was one of those ingredients that I was taking in my morning tonic when my jaw was wired shut. And it was I felt it was very healing. Colostrum has undeniable benefits, but sprinkling that, it's so expensive, into my clay mask, but it just worked. It helped with the emulsion. The particle size is like silk. And it just has a regenerative component. I mean, the IGF-1 growth factors, trace minerals, just very healing. It's like this golden milk that the calves are fed first, and then the surplus is collected in under 4 hours. That's the thing. The first 4 hour milking, the only known source in the world of collected within the first 4 hours. A lot of people are using stock colostrum collected within the first 24 hours.
Okay.
And, because it's very expensive, but we're going to be making like a beauty elixir. Because I'll just tell you, I mean, even with volume, I think I can get my colostrum down to $50 a pound, which is it's just the truth. That's what's in our clay mask and night cream. But it's that's a little project that I'm working on right now, because it's going to be tough to make it affordable, but I still will release it even if I don't, profit that much on it, because we can knock it out of the absolute park with something. We wanted to wait on that beauty elixir and just.
Oh, sounds very exciting. Yeah. Cause I think when I first met you, Daniel Vitalis was speaking and he was selling colostrum, his Thrival colostrum. And I liked that a lot. And you opened the tub and it sort of smelled of ice cream. It's beautiful.
Hey, that was who I first, he was my first 2008, 2009. Air One LA, dude, he spoke. I went over to him. This is before any of that. I was like inching my way into the health and wellness industry. And I was all hung up on the elk velvet that they sold in the colostrum. And I was broke. Like I couldn't afford it, but I did. I bought it and just felt
what was it? Was the elk velvet for testosterone?
Yeah. And just overall vitality. Back then I was reading all these things and I'm like, what? Oh, I got to try this out. I was just becoming like really passionate about supplementation and just getting, advantages. And, I was at that point, 27. So approaching 30. So I wanted to take care of myself as best as possible.
Yeah.
But Daniel Vitalis, I believe, is a true pioneer in this industry. And I tell him that all, because I follow him on Instagram. He was the OG in the industry. Him, Crosby, Taylor, Sage Dammers, Truth Calkins, Ron Teagarden. Do you know that? And obviously Dave Asprey, what a pioneer, he is too. He literally made the term, the industry.
I know. Yeah.
Biohacks. So pretty cool to be alive at this time right now, where a lot of transformative, cool, theoretical ideas that are getting proven correct to help people feel and feel better about themselves.
Yeah. Well, let me ask you about another one of these stories then, because this one, EMF, is another one that's been, swirling around the biohacking world for a long time. It's one of the stories that I feel, mainstream gets a bit of a bad rap. Oh, it's the tinfoil hat brigade, or it's the crypto bros, or it's the biohacking bros talking about radiation and EMFs again. But best radiation reduction cases for iPhone 16, I don't really need to go over it, but basically the iPhones, the better they get, the more sort of low-level radiation they produce. And even their own guidelines say don't hold it on your skin. So which means, you really don't want it to be putting it close to your head for a long time or close to your private area. And luckily now there's some technology that can help us mitigate that. So Gadget Guard is one company, Safe Sleeve is another, Defender Shield is another, OcuShield are doing something similar for the iPhone 16 and the iPhone 16 Pro as well. Is that something that you worry about in terms of EMFs and phones and laptops?
I do, because I see it. I mean, so now I have my phone on LTE, right? Lower radiation. Thanks, Dave Asprey, for that tip. And then
so what is the difference between LTE and 5G?
It's the level. It's like high 5G has like a higher, see, I wish I knew how to explain this a lot, but it has lower radiation emitted with a lower signal. I think it's down to 3 gigs as opposed to 5, which
it's slower. It's slower as well. That's the problem, isn't it?
I mean, how fast do you, I haven't noticed any, because I never go to 5G. Even when I'm recording, maybe it helps with the content and clarity of videos. So maybe I should adjust. But that's what I do. And then I also use this Body Well.
Oh, so what's that? Just describe that for people who aren't watching.
It's this Body Well mobile tech device that it's supposed to mitigate EMF absorption. I have this on my laptop as well. I have little orgone, like copper things placed strategically all around.
Pyramids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And and then I also thought about painting my room in shungite.
Wow.
But there's something there where you can't have EMFs anywhere because it'll lock it in. So I got to like get somebody here, and I plan on doing this to do like, I may fly somebody in just to get my mold and EMF situation figured out. I mean, I know it's worth it because I do believe this house has a little mold and the EMF component while you sleep. I'm thinking about a lot. I mean, it's important. I'm not that sensitive to it. A lot of people are. Have you noticed that? I don't know what it feels like to be sensitive to EMS. When you're on a plane, obviously there's, you feel a little stiff, clouded upstairs, but I can shake that through detoxing and just remedies, getting sunlight, hitting the sauna, IVs. I do a lot of that stuff just to clear it out. So I feel pretty good.
I'm not sensitive to EMFs, to be honest, and I think for the long term, this is why we want to look at something like Defender Shield or Gadget Guard is a really good one. What those ones do is they send the signal out. So rather than it being a sort of an orb around the phone, it just goes away from your ear or away from your privates if you've got it in your pocket. What I am very sensitive to is mold. Very, very sensitive. I can smell it when other people can't smell a thing. I can feel it if I've been in a room for a few hours or overnight and there's a bit of mold. And I notice it in something like my heart rate variability as well as that. So yeah, massively, I'd like sympathize. If you think you've got a bit of mold there, it's really, really hard.
Oh man. And it's like, you look around and you start thinking about this house is 20 years old, the roof, it's kind of occupying a lot of space in my head.
Is it?
Yeah.
So how have you measured for it?
Yeah. We had 2 different mold inspectors come out. Another guy, Todd Shipman. What's up, Todd?
Todd. Yeah, he's great. Yeah.
Oh, he's the man. Anyway, he's got a really good friend who's going to be out here and I'm going to bring him by. But, it's got me thinking about in between on the walls, the sheetrock. I wish we just built like a stone home. I mean, Ben Greenfield's doing it right. He's basically using carbon as his wall. It's like burnt wood, charcoal, or not charcoal, but carbon. And I think there's Ben, I think he's doing it to, deflect radiation. And then also, I don't think mold can grow on carbon or get
amazing. Wow.
Yes, it's next level, but that's where I want to go with this. And now I'm in this house that's a little old, so we got to break down certain things for mold, but it's part of it. And I made this choice, so
it's it's really hard. I had Jill Christer on my podcast. I don't know if you've come across her, but she is brilliant. She wrote a book called Break the Mold. She's one of the world's top 2 or 3 best mold experts.
Jill Christer.
Jill Christer, Dr. Jill Christer. Yeah. Okay. And, her work is definitely worth checking out. And her book, along with Neil Nathan's book, is like one of the best books on mold. But unfortunately, she sort of says, if you're in mold, you got to get out. So that's the thing. It's, it's so unpractical, isn't it? It's like, but this is my house.
But when I sleep at other houses, and I just did, I woke up completely different.
You slept better or worse?
What's that? Much better.
Yeah.
No. So
Yeah.
that's in my head, and it would be heartbreaking if I had to move. I'll pay for this house and just keep it as a sanctuary and then work
Yeah.
harder to get
Oh,
somewhere else if I
yeah.
have to. But
Yeah.
because this place is my heart, it's my
Yeah.
I love.
Yeah.
So I kind of like fight through that, little discomfort or whatever.
Yeah. And you do have I mean, just the final thing on mold, because I'm such a mold geek, because the reason being that, I mean, you probably know that my sideline is I've got this histamine intolerance website and Instagram, and it's just, you would not believe the volume of messages that people send me every day on histamine intolerance. It's so niche. It sounds so small, but there's not that much information out there. And the
Wow.
thing about histamine intolerance is that there's always a reason why people have histamine. And for me, it took me 45 years to work out, but it's mycotoxins and previous black mold exposure. So sort of trying to figure it out. And for me, just a really good, amazing air purifier in the bedroom has made a difference as well.
I just got 2 Jaspers, one
Oh
for my
yeah,
room and one downstairs, just to theoretically help with that air
yeah,
quality situation.
great,
Come on,
great,
Jasper, work with me. Hey, I'll just keep that thing on and
yeah, keep it on, yeah, perfect, yeah, just keep it on all night. And have you got aircon?
aircon.
Do you have aircon in that house?
Yeah.
Because that's the big thing when mold grows, right? Aircon.
Yeah. And it's driving me, I had my guys come just, clean out the vents, but I'm like, yeah, I just want my place to smell like ozone. You know what I mean? I just want ozone everywhere. But then again, you're
Yeah.
not supposed to breathe it in or whatever. Like, but I'll find a way.
Yeah.
But I just, it really takes it back to ancestral times. Like I just wish we built houses differently.
Mm,
I could be
mm,
wrong. But you know what I mean? Like with different materials and different enclosing to just make with keeping mold in
yeah.
mind, because it's so it says very detrimental to your health down the
Yeah.
road. So
Um,
yeah.
Andy, before you go, want a biohacking review from you. Something that you've been trying, or a tech or technique or practice. You've spoken a lot of stuff recently, but is there anything you've been using recently that you really like in this world?
Yeah. I mean, my whole routine, red light, breath work, getting good lymphatic drainage through Normatec, Hyperice. I do legs, hips, shoulders.
So tell me about the Normatec, because I love Normatec, but I don't. What is Hyperice? Is that part of Normatec?
Well, yeah, it's the company.
Oh yeah.
Hyperice
Okay.
is the company, and
Okay.
Normatec is. That's a great question because I was googling Normatec.
Yeah.
But yeah, my whole routine, a little flute music, to get the central nervous system down. The sun's creeping up over the mountain, which is beautiful. Red light
Yeah.
because it's dark out. Laying down, breath work, clear that out. I say my morning prayers, and I just have a nice routine. And then, but I'm building on that because there's so much tech out. Luckily, I have an angel, I call her, Katrine Valinsky, a mile away that people fly in with all the high level tech. I'm talking EBOO, V cells, NAD, a mile away. Like that's a big luxury
Yeah.
to have your blood work, urine, stool, every gut looked into by just, I mean, she's a wizard.
Wow.
And
Great.
a
Yeah.
lot of people's lives in a very beautiful way. So, I'm going through a lot of detox because of years and build up. My liver took a hit. So just going through that. And because if I can feel better, like that's pretty cool because I feel good. But I mean, I know there's another level when I clear that all out. So I'm looking forward to that.
And tell me more about the Normatec then, because it'd be interesting for people to know. There's a little review segment that I like to do where we just talk about sort of one thing. So these are things that strap onto your legs. Have you got the leg ones, or have you got all of them?
Yeah, I do legs because it also gets over your foot and kind of just gets that and gets that micro circulation. Extremities. It's important. Get that.
So they look like massive sort of ski boots that come up to the thigh, don't they? Basically.
Right. Yeah, and then I'll switch it up and go hips. Lower back component. It gets high. I like to strap it up high so like that lower lumbar area gets touched, and then I'll go shoulders. I don't do it because that'd be a while. It'd be like 2 hours, 3. So I pick a body group. a different one usually a day to isolate, but just that compression, that microcirculation, then I'll go hit the gym and sweat it out and work it out.
So you do it before the gym, do you? So this is basically like a compression device that massively squeezes your joints so you can feel all the blood being restricted, and then it releases and it floods back in, doesn't it?
Yes, and it does it again for 30 minutes. So you're nice and conditioned. Highly recommend it. It's very affordable too.
Yeah.
I want to say they're like $300 or $400, and then you got to buy the base, but very good investment. Looking into getting that PEMF.
Oh yeah.
Get the name. It's like the smoke mat, I think. Anyway, so that's next. Lay on that while you're doing breath work, getting hit with the red light. Come on. And then hitting the normal. That's the key right there.
And do you need the red light where you're in Sedona? You got great light there anyway, haven't you?
True, but I get up really early, and then so I get that red light I use the Juve, and then I get the true component once it gets over the hill. So I'm getting both. I'm a weirdo, man. I do a lot of I stack a lot of natural versus elements with this red light, but.
And like just finally sort of bringing it back to what we spoke about originally with the addiction, do you find that, I mean, it's sort of, you have to have something to look forward to in the day. You know what I mean? If you're not going to, do you know what I mean? Like, I mean, I guess I feel like a lot of people with quite addictive personalities who've maybe had previous addiction issues, and I count myself in that as well, are drawn towards biohacking because we want to feel good, but we also want to feel a little bit excited about something in life. Do you know what I mean?
That's exactly what it is, Tony. Switching those things that get that similar excitement as other things that are completely counterproductive to health. I mean, that's where I'm at. I look forward to this whole morning routine. The coffee kind of gets a similar euphoria, cacao with the theobromine. I get that dopamine component, and then back it up with like niacin and sauna. You get a rush, you get a similar great feeling that's consistent with no down.
Yeah. And do you feel that on this incredible journey you've been on over the last few years, do you feel you're much more authentic now? You're able to be authentically you? Because it seems to me like you're so sort of like, you're just so lively and passionate and excited about the world, and you always were, but it seems to have come out even more recently.
It has, because I would say, because in the past, I've always taken a lot of pride in being completely transparent and honest. I never touched on what I was going through during that process. So that's not, I should have, but our slogan being radiate health, that was weighing on me, during those processes. So I don't have that guilt and shame. So like that, if that shows, great. I'm definitely more open in talking about, my issues and problems and what led to that. And it feels great. I have nothing to hide in that. Whereas in the past, I felt a little guilt and shame. Yeah. So I have opened up. Heart's definitely open, but it was open before. Yeah, I just had a little thing that I had to correct,
Yeah. Oh, good man. And look, massive congratulations on everything you've been through and where you've arrived over the last couple of years. It's so good to talk to you and see you so well.
Thank you, my brother. I really appreciate that. You've been there, man, right in the middle of it, and no judgment. You're there for me, just a kind spirit that I needed. So thank you, brother. You were a big help. Believe it or not, I still remember that podcast, in 2022 when I was in the thick of it. Yeah. Be interesting to go back to that and look, because I was in the middle of it. Yeah. But it's life.
Well, and it'd be interesting to go back to the first podcast we ever did, which was probably 2015, almost 10 years ago. We've both come on a bit since then.
Yes. Beautiful family. Now living in Portugal, doing your thing.
Yeah.
Very happy for you, brother.
Oh, thank you, Andy. Well, listen, we'll hopefully see you in person at the Health Optimization Summit in Austin. And before then, absolutely. And where can people find out more about Alitura and get involved with all your products and your new products, the Beauty Elixir and the sunscreen that are coming soon?
Yes. Alitura.com, Alitura.com, Alitura Naturals on Instagram, Andy Hnilo on Instagram. If you have any questions, there's nothing I like talking about more than just remedies, protocols, opinions, anything. Please reach out if you want to know more about our products, and just really grateful to be here, man. Love what I do. So
For anyone who's thinking about getting the clay mask, I highly recommend it. It's amazing. You won't believe what happens to your face when you put it on. I'll just leave it at
It's
that.
it's the most effective single-use product on the market. We lead with that. I truly believe that,
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
noticeable results, makes you feel
Yeah.
good, pulls out those impurities, exfoliates, rejuvenates. It's awesome. But thank you.
Andy, great to talk to you. Thanks for coming on. Lovely to chat to you. And thanks everyone for watching and listening. I'll see you next week.